so pumped, so caffeinated.
You are caffeinated?
Not as caffeinated as I should
Sure, I
be.
think it's my tea.
But I'm caffeinated.
Yeah, enamel.
Oh, yay.
It's just like enamel.
Enamel is good.
Inside your teeth, there's a root.
Well, it should be, right?
Are we
How
live?
are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling fantastic.
How so?
Well, it was a great day, productive day.
Mm-hmm.
Great week, weird week. Obviously, they put a holiday right in the middle of the week, but
Who are they?
you know, Americans. Proud to be an American. Yeah, so it was
Sing a song for us?
No. Proud to be an American. At
Nice.
least I know how to breathe. Sometimes. But yeah, it was a weird week. It was, you know, I felt like I crammed 16 hours worth of work into, you know, my day on Monday and Tuesday. Come back Thursday, and then today I'm like, okay, we got stuff to do.
Yeah.
So,
It's a lot.
It's just one day. It's one day, but it's a huge impact.
Yeah, I think that same for me outside looking in, because I was out Monday and Tuesday with the July 4th right in the middle. I think stepping in, we've done a lot of really good groundwork this week. Of course, that several folks closed very exciting placements.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
getting
yeah.
a good buzz in here.
Everyone's grown up.
I know.
I know.
It's so bizarre having that grown-up feeling
I
that, you know,
know.
then a year ago when we did a one-on-one
Yeah.
coffee and chat. So,
I can't believe that was a year ago. It seems like I remember doing it. Like,
and if you remember
we were talking about coffee. We were talking about like us working at Starbucks and
back
having,
in Washington.
Yeah, back in the day.
Goodness.
Yeah.
And then Beauty and the Beast was even a few months before then. Hey, Kate.
I don't know what you're talking about. I
Cool.
don't remember.
So, just in case others don't remember who you are, can you introduce yourself for us?
Sure. I'm Jared Wagner. I am a Salesforce business development manager and actually lead the Salesforce team at IT Works. I've been here for a whopping 1 year and 5 months, almost 1 year and 6 months. It's cruised by. I've never been in a role that just every single day you gets to 6 o'clock and you're like, whoa, where'd the time go? Because there's just so many elements and you want to do your best, and I think that the team that we have here now has exponentially developed into the businessmen and women that they are, and I'm proud to say that I got a chance to see that. So thank you, Kyan, for bringing me on a year and a half ago. I can't believe it's been that long ago, like I said. But yeah, I want to talk a little bit about the company, the direction of the company, and why someone would want to join IT Works and our team. And we have our IT Works t-shirts on. They're a little snug, but I think we're, you know, supporting.
Because we have grown too. And this is our shirt that we made specifically for several events, of course, leading to Dreamforce last year.
Yeah.
For those, most of you know about #DF17.
No,
Now we're going to DF18 now.
Yeah.
Goodness.
Yes, Dreamforce is going to be cool, and we'll have different t-shirts. So if nothing else, you have to come visit our booth just to see the t-shirts, the cool t-shirts. Hi,
Like
Melissa.
coming to share. Hi,
Hi,
Melissa. She's been here for over a year now too.
I know.
Goodness.
Welcome to, what is it, 13 months, 14 months?
15, I believe. Month 15.
13, sure, 14.
We're so funny with the random people that walk by. We just
Random
bring them
people.
into the video footage.
Pull them and
Come
have a
on
chat.
over. Yeah.
Or go back to your phone or desk, like, comment, and share.
We're live. Woo! We have been live for a minute, for what it's worth. But I can, just to kind of explain to you how these things go, we're working while we do this. So it's like, okay, we got to pull this together, and we're always doing 100 things at once. And he's like, where do you want to do this? I'm like, right in front of the awards. Because we've never done it in front of the awards, and we talk about our awards a lot. And we've actually had quite the concentrated events that we've been going to, accepting awards. Here's the Paysetter Award, which I'm sure you've seen us all post on LinkedIn about. And then we just received Best and Brightest Companies to Work For. It's our second year, and it was a really fantastic event. They always have the same breakfast at these things, and it's always my favorite thing in the world. But it's just like the simple bacon, eggs, amazing random starchy potatoes, and then a bunch of pastries.
And of course, really cool attendees, because I think that each company, either a startup, mid-size, small company, large size, mega corporation, I think they go through different stages of growth, growing pains, challenges, success. And it's cool that every time we're going through different award ceremony, we run into some of the similar camaraderies, but a lot of different tastes and diverse type of potential customers, clients, potential competitions. And then, but knowing that everybody is, no, we're here because we have done something that is worth cheering for, and that's keeping us going and flow. And I think that I always love to talk about a success story that, starting from, especially you coming with no staffing experience prior, mostly focusing on the sales element, and then come into the full 360 for almost a year, and then now venture into wearing multiple hats.
Yeah, I mean, you touched on a couple points there. Sound like Ray Gilbert now.
You're two things.
two things, always two things. But one of the things that they really made note of at the Best and Brightest Awards was some of the unique benefits that you get from working with these companies. Obviously, one of our big ones was Punta Cana, trips to Punta Cana, Dominican Republic, Las Vegas. We've got, a couple coming up here. It could be a toss-up between, either
Rome
going to the Keys or even
Key
Rome.
West, yeah.
So there's, those were our selling features. But there was one that when you worked for a company for 20 years, and I'm not going to call them out right now, and Justin Farmer from WSB TV was the MC, you get 2 free goats. And we were like, did we hear that right? And then at the end, they weren't there to accept their award. But Justin Farmer was like, okay, I need to know what is up with the 2 goats. And it was like a pest control or an animal control company. But you get 2 goats. Cool. And I'm like, that's a selling feature.
I know, because I remember that back in the days when we had a new hire thing that would send out flowers to new hire joining the team or the facility or the company. And then California is one. I just came back from California as well for a short trip vacation, and then California have a restriction at that time which you cannot send fruit. So, for example, edible arrangement.
Oh, okay.
I think that certain element make it a little tricky. You cannot send flowers, so we have to send something a little different, like posh animals or.
Right.
Yeah, but I never heard of goats before.
Goats, yeah.
It's always a first time for everything.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. So we have a lot of cool things to talk about, I think. Huge thing for the Salesforce division, and actually the full IT Works company, and I think I'll speak for the UK piece as well. Dreamforce 2018 is going to be yet the biggest convention, expo, whatever you want to call it, that we go to. And it's always so exciting to plan it, all the different elements that go into it. Cool thing about this year is it's in September, so it's going to be a little warmer than it was last year, and it seems like it's kind of a rinse and repeat as far as the planning goes. It's like, we just did it, now we just need to,
11 months later.
Or less.
Yeah, I think the twist will be that with the Salesforce Tower now officially open, up and running, do they share any news that you get to tour the tower in any facility or?
You're not supposed to be able to tour
Security access
during Dreamforce, because a lot of people, actually, let me not speak out of turn, but last year they were pretty much finished with the majority of it. They just hadn't opened it yet, and they were not giving tours to just random people. I'm sure if you worked for Salesforce, you might be able to go in, but just random people were not allowed to go in. But it will definitely bring a completed feeling element to
Absolutely.
this year's Dreamforce, because obviously last year it was still, the completion was not done, and so you just felt like, all right, we're almost there.
That's so
We're
cool.
not
working
open yet.
with a system that's got so much going on for them as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's right in their wheelhouse.
Oh, absolutely. I always tell Gary, the CEO, that Salesforce and IT Works go hand in hand. I don't know that I could do one without the other, or be involved with one without the other. But yeah, I mean, I think that a cool thing about 2018 is that we've had a major change in the way that we do recruitment at IT Works. You know, going from full life cycle recruitment to split desk model, which is what Salesforce is in right now. It has its challenges and it has its amazing rewards. And one of the challenges and the rewards is that we get an opportunity to bring new people into the business, and not just folks who have experience in the staffing world or the recruitment world or at other firms, but people who are just, I don't want to say hungry, but hungry and ready to start their career in something exciting.
And passionate about what they're doing, how they're doing it, especially learning the IT Works way, and then our secret juice on how we work our magic, but but also grow with us too as we continue this journey. There are lots of things to be refined, and I'm finding a lot of those in my element within training and development. There are lots of pieces that are ready to roll out the next stage as well. So I think that there are a lot of exciting moments through that journey. Can you tell us a little bit more about the people?
The people just in the Salesforce
Yeah,
side,
I think that
or just in
anything,
the whole...
anybody want to talk about actually. Tell us a little bit about, because I think any prospective people from outside looking in, of course, that I'd love to hear about your story, hear about your journey, or I want to become like Jared. I want to do what he did, and maybe I'll do it better than him. But what about the people that share either similar or relatable drive or inspirations?
Well, it's like this. This is a very magnetic culture, and when you're when you have an interview here and you're being inducted into the IT Works family, yes, FIFA's going on right now, so you can tell what we are doing, and just so you know, the England game is on tomorrow. When is it?
Tomorrow, 10 a.m.
10 a.m.
Eastern time.
So wake up really early if you live on the West Coast. So, magnetic culture, and you can't explain it until you're actually in with the culture, and it's very, it's a keep you on your toes situation, and nobody, whether you like the recruitment world or not, can say that this is not an exciting atmosphere. There's always something going on. Sometimes it's like, oh geez, I don't even know where to look, which is, I think, unusual as far as my background and where I've came from. But coming into a already established team is where everyone kind of clicks and we all hang out with one another outside of work, and it really does become a lifestyle type of company, but in a way that you can either participate or you can not participate. You can go home on a Friday and not go out with, your coworkers and
friends, family.
That's just fine. But one of the other cool elements is that we get a chance to bring in other people that we knew in past lives. Like, you guys have seen Rachel Lane, or I knew her as Rachel Durham when I first met her. Her and I worked at Audi together, so it was cool to bring another mind in here who never was in recruitment and has shown a large level of success as well. I always say that the straw that will break the camel's back or the monkey's back or whatever's back is not giving yourself enough time to really immerse yourself in it and learn everything that you can and put in the time and effort, because it will absolutely pay off. And I think another huge selling feature about IT Works is that we do have a fantastic trainer, Kyan. We do have you run a whole department, and it's insane how much you get done in a day. And like, sometimes I'm watching, I'm like, how do you have the energy? I'm like, oh, he's on his 14th cup of coffee. But nonetheless, like that's the cool part about it. Like you don't feel like you're just, sat out there to.
You're never on a lone ship.
No.
And I think that either you're working on site versus we do have remote opportunity down the road as well. There's always support, there's always resources, and then it takes somebody who is hungry, who wants help, asks for help, or requires. Being humble is actually not the right word saying it, but it's about really being grounded, know where we are, because there are a lot of flashy, lots of fluffy salespeople out there. Not saying that that's a bad thing to do, but I think that having a business that's true, that's genuine, that is solid, that is grounded, I think that it's probably a great feeling for any salespeople to know that what you have in your hand is truly yours before anything you can reach, but not actually truly having that under your belt.
Yeah, and I think it's hard to pinpoint the right words for that, because we say we want business owners, people who are business minded, people who are entrepreneurs, and the only way that the best way I can explain it is that if you are in real estate, that is your own business. You're only going to make a sale if you put in the work to do it. And as you are in that business, you're growing your book of clientele, and you're getting referrals from friends, and you're as long as you're doing it right, you're getting the right accolades that will get you to your next, then your next, and your next, and your next, and you pretty soon you're so established in it, and that's why I say you've got to give yourself the time. You're so established in it that the first people you helped are circling back around with you, and then it's this well-oiled engine. That's the only way I can relate this business
to the leads and referrals, really having that core group network that will keep continuing to grow, and then it really is, you got to spend the time and the effort.
Yep.
And then I was having this conversation with Patrick as well, that P-Shaw. There's an element, you can't expect anybody, including ourselves, that to be great at something when we don't put in the effort, the hours, the energy and resources, and it takes a pretty good amount of time to get there. I think there's one book out there talking about you had to spend 10,000 hours in one thing to call yourself an expert in doing that one thing well, and it's really truly use the word excel at. So 2 words, excel at, and then to be considered something that you actually are an
It's just
expert
inbred
in
in you. It's like it's your part of your DNA.
Yeah, you're innate at it.
Yes. I think to your point, and I'd love to know I haven't done the math on how many days 10,000 hours is compared to like the work day. But I do know that, several folks, including yourself, have been in the staffing and recruitment world for a long time. Gary, Ray, so many people here that have tons of tenure and experience. And I think the cool part about it is that you can become really good in a short amount of time. But the cool part is you can also become better and, pick these tenured folks' brains.
In elements.
Yeah, to get to the next level. And, anytime I have any sort of timidness, like, when I started with IT Works, we don't go out and really meet clients all the time because we don't really have a need. Like, a lot of it is, we're in Atlanta, we're trying to build this small business. It's expensive to go off on all these trips and like try to wine and dine everyone. And so when you start doing that, because that is an element you have to have in this type of industry, it's like, I'm a little gun shy on this. I don't really know what to do. So it's cool to have that mentorship from someone who has done it, knows what to do, what elements are important, and so you can get the best bang for your buck.
Until you make it your own, upgrading through these many different elements through in there. And it's funny you just mentioned about how long you've been doing this. We're looking at the 10,000 hours element, right? Some people really truly work about 4 to 5 hours a day. Not everybody uses your time management well. Some people spend 13, 14 hours a day working, but not translating into what are the actual elements but we're not being a busy fool. We're actually working on bettering, mastering our crafts.
Right.
Specifically. And if you add those hours together, somebody literally use 8, 10, 12 hours a day well, you know, of course you're gonna get there faster because they get to expose more. If we spend 5 calls a day versus 15 calls a day, comparing to how much we're digging in the surface level versus down to the thoroughness that we really, really want. So
yeah, and this is not a waiting game. This is not a waiting type of business. This is a chasing business. You're constantly making sure that you have the answers to a question, and the only way you can do that is to be assertive. And no one's ever going to give you something. You have to go out and take it. It circles around not just where you want to be as a career person, where you want to be financially. It encompasses all of that. And I don't know, I've definitely gone through my own roller coaster in this, and still on
somehow with the same client, somehow with the same candidate.
I mean, just in the business in general, and you just have to take that for it's good. That is an inevitable piece of what you're going to do as a recruitment consultant or a business development person or an account manager or whoever or whatever your role may be. And as long as you can continue to overcome, you will definitely have a career in this world. And
I love this. It's like a really good 18 months reflection moment.
Yeah.
Cool. So walk us through, what is it like working with you? Because I think that lots of it that have seen you out there, heard you talking about Salesforce, talking about your business. What is it actually working with you on a day-to-day basis?
Working with me. It's hard to say what it's like working with me because I don't work with me. Sometimes I don't work with me and I should. No, I mean, I have a expectation, and I also have about this much patience that my mother and father
appreciates.
No, that was all the patience they were able to give me. So I don't know where the rest of it is or if it was ever going to be there. So I'm very, I guess, high-strung in that regard, but I'm also very jovial. I'm also here to, I don't want to say inspire people, but show them that they can do it too. And show them that, hey, I can give you my common sense method if I haven't done something, but I also can, gather from folks who actually know what they're talking about and kind of take that message and run with it. Working with me is, we definitely have our, again, I don't want it to sound negative, but our ups and downs. We definitely have our times where we're all right, we gotta get this done. There is no excuses. You figure it out. If you come to me with a problem, make sure you also come to me with a solution. If I have to design the solution, you're probably not gonna like it, and we just, you do have to get it done. We are dealing with high-level employees, and the only way that we are going to be taken seriously is if we put that same amount of effort and that same amount of importance on it. We can't expect to, have clients continue to, give us business and to trust us with the partnership if we aren't putting, again, that same importance on there.
Yeah, just given the direction by Gary Dieter, our CEO, I think that if you're requesting for free t-shirts, what do they need to do?
Go on do a podcast with you.
Alright, if you would like to volunteer coming on Coffee with Kyan, we'd love to hear about your story. Are you coming from a sole proprietorship, owning your business, or a small business owner, or a large business owner? We'd love to hear from you. And then in return, you get to have one of our IT Works t-shirt, or one of our mugs, and then one-on-one time with me.
We'll wash it first. Don't worry.
Please contact us. You can leave in the comment section or send us a message. And most of you probably know how to reach me already through LinkedIn, through Twitter, Coffee with Kyan. And then, and of course, if you're looking to join our team, Jerry's team is actually looking for
both on the sales side and also recruitment side, right?
Yes, mainly on the recruitment side. Anybody who is a hunter, not a sports hunter, but an actual hunter. You gotta find that next person. Like if that is the type of drive that you have, yeah, definitely contact myself, or you can contact Kyan. I'm at Jared Wagner Salesforce, and you're at Coffee with Kyan.
Got it.
This was
Which, by the way, thank you. The coffee today was actually brewed by Jared himself, my former Starbucks peer.
That was a long time ago.
And this was Carmel Valley Roasting Company. So thank you for the coffee. It was delicious.
Cheers.
Thank you. Cheers.
Have a good weekend.
Bye, guys. Contact
Go
us. We're
England.
going to hear from you soon.
England!
England!
Go England!
England!